If you're planning on buying any cards from TCG Player, make sure you use our affiliate link right here in the description of our video to help support the channel. It's the best way to do it and it's free. Looking for PTGO codes? Poton Store has all the latest sets and promos instantly delivered to your email. You can use tablemon code when checking out for 5% off. Card Market is Europe's largest online marketplace for Pokemon cards. Whether you're looking for sealed product or singles, vintage or the latest sets, just follow the link in the description to find what you need. Want to show off your love for tablemon? Check out my 2021 merch. These new hoodies and shirts are available on Amazon. Click on the link in the description to get yours. This video is sponsored by the Pokemon TCG deck building website PokemonCard.io. Hello everyone and welcome to our first Astral Radiance deck, which will feature, of course, the brand new Origin form PALKIA VSTAR. The subspace swell attack does 60 damage plus 20 more damage for each bench Pokemon. We are very familiar already with this attack, as Suicune has a very similar one. But of course, Palkia being a V-Star has extra HP, has a V-Star power, Star Portal, where during your turn you may attach up to 3 water energy cards from this help out to your water Pokemon in any way you like. And we don't get the benefit of Ludicolo, but we have extra base power and extra HP, which will definitely make up for that. Now we are combining Palkia V-Star with the TCG Online. As you know, I am a very, very big fan of the lineup, and this is wrong, I should have this. And then we have the brand new Radiant Greninja as well. The ability Concealed Cards. You must discard an energy from your hand in order to use this ability. Once in your turn, you may draw 2 cards. So by combining this ability with the V-Star power, you get some nice energy and extra consistency and draw power right there. And the Moonlight Shuriken attack can surprise an opponent that is not expecting to get sniped. You discard 2 energy from this Pokemon. This attack does 90 damage to 2 of your opponent's Pokemon. So if your opponent's trying to keep their bench low by only benching a few like Sobbles, then you can snipe those Sobbles with Moonlight Shuriken. Or if they have a big bench, then that means they're powering up your Palkia. So it's a win-win. Now I have Manaphy for bench protection. And then for the supporters, we have the brand new Irida, which allows you to search your deck for a water Pokemon and an item card, reveal them and put them into your hand. So good old Karina, but now for water type Pokemon, very nice supporter to have. We have 2 copies of Boss Orders, a copy of Marnie, a copy of Melanie, a copy of Research, and the brand new Roxanne. You can use this card only if your opponent has 3 or fewer prize cards remaining. Each player shuffles their hand into your deck, and then you draw 6 cards, and your opponent draws only 2 cards. So a very nice comeback card. Hopefully we won't be needing to use it, right? Because we won't be wanting to make comebacks. We want to get ahead, but should be fine either way. Now we have Bucket to get extra energy into your hand. We have the brand new Hisuian Heavy Ball, which allows you to look at your face down prize cards. You reveal a basic one you find there, put it into your hand, and then you put this Heavy Ball in its place. And if you don't reveal a basic Pokemon, put this card in the discard pile, and then you shuffle your face down prize cards. So you get information on what's prized, which you should be able to figure out anyways, but it's a quick and easy way to do it instead of having to go through your deck. And you can get the Radiant Greninja or the Manaphy out of your prize cards. Now we have Quick Ball, Level Ball, Incense, and Ultra Ball. We have Echoing Horn, which puts a basic Pokemon from your opponent's discard pile into their bench, essentially adding 20 damage to Palkia's damage output. And then we have Tool Scrapper, we have Scoop Up Nets, we have Path to a Peak and Training Port, so some nice variety along with the choice wheel to increase our damage output. So that's the deck. Let's play some games in the ladder with it. Alright, so we won the coin flip. We will be going first. Very nice top deck on the bucket right here. I have a pretty solid hand, I would say. So I do have the option to Ultra Ball away the 2 waters, as I can't get them back with my ability, but I feel like I'd rather use the ability for later. And then I'm just gonna play this. I'll grab the Sobble. That's a very nice card to get. You see that Quick Sharing is priced, Boss Orders, Irida. The second Boss Orders could be problematic. The Palkia could also be problematic. So getting the Palkia V-Star will definitely be a priority, but the Sobble gives us a very nice follow-up to this, right? We have the turn 2 Palkia V-Star doing damage, applying pressure, potentially going boss to target down something on my opponent's bench. So looking pretty solid so far, I would say. Just gonna see another Sobble off of that level ball. Could see a Marnie for sure. We see a what? Oh, okay, a Rapid Strike Energy. So we're actually up against a Malamar, Rapid Strike Malamar, and that is potentially a problem, especially because the quick shooting Malamar is, the quick shooting Inteleon is priced. So now I do need to be careful with that. So ideally my opponent can't get a return KO. I think the best use of my resources here would be to try and target down the Remoraid, right, as a turn 2 option. I also think the Radiant Greninja will be very, very important right here against my opponent. And then in order to save some resources, I'm gonna go ahead and grab the Incense to evolve into the V-Star, and I'll go ahead and Quick Ball into the other V. Now that does leave me a little susceptible, I guess, to the Marnie, but what we're hoping is that my opponent will not be able to get a return KO. Having the play of the Radiant Greninja is going to be pretty impactful, potentially, arguably much better than the Greninja play. And now we have the Origin form PALKIA VSTAR from the prize cards, which is really nice. Could set up the Radiant Greninja play next turn. Alright, by removing the Remoraid, hopefully I made it less likely that I get return KO'd here, and that's what we're hoping for my opponent to whiff KOs, and therefore we're trading 2 for 2, and that's good enough. And then eventually we get a double snipe off of a Radiant Greninja, and or potentially off of the Inteleon play as well. So we shall see. We shall see. Right, there's the Drizzle. So my opponent now needs Energy, Malamar, and the Cynthia. Well, and 7 Rapid Strike cards, right? That's what they need at the moment. There's the Energy. There's the Malamar. And Radiant Greninja attacking always means you're trading 2 for 1, right? So that's a good way to get out of that potential awkward spot. And there's a Cynthia's Ambition. Okay, so that's actually not ideal. They can't search for any extra cards realistically, other than like a Scoop Up Net to get back this Sobble off of a Drizzle, but hopefully they didn't get the exact amount to get the one shot here. Hopefully. Alright. There's Manaphy. That might end up being my opponent's sacrificial lamb in a way. I actually don't mind knocking out this Manaphy because of the Radiant Greninja play. I do want to pull off the Radiant Greninja play like out of the blue in a way. So I'm not gonna bench it, and I'm gonna plan to use Scoop Up Net or even manually retreat in order to get that going. But so far, it's looking very, very good for us. I'll grab more energies, which is perfect. I have access to yeah, this is actually fantastic. I have access to the Shady Dealings in Inteleon. I have the bench space if this dude gets KO'd. I think we're in a pretty good spot, honestly. I think we are in a pretty good spot now. Radiant Greninja, of course, doesn't KO Malamar. It only does 90 damage to the bench. So we could use it as a closer to get the last 2 HP, the last 2 prizes. Just getting the quick shooting Greninja is priced, not Greninja. The quick shooting Inteleon is priced. And there's a victory, there we go. So Marnie doing its thing, and we get the win right here. Roxanne would have been another nice way to try and combat Malamar's power. And so let's jump into another match. Alright, so here is our next game. Off to another really good start, I would say. Really good, and we get a mulligan right here. So we're up against a presumably Darkrai VSTAR deck, I would imagine. So going first, obviously pretty great. Let's go ahead and play a level ball, grabbing Sobble, playing another level ball, grabbing another Sobble. I wish I could grab the Radiant Greninja off of that, but obviously that's not going to be possible. And then we'll just go ahead and attach, and we'll pass. We have our turn 2 PALKIA VSTAR, which is definitely what you want. Most, if not all the time. Very rarely will you want something different from that. Very rarely. Alright, we see an escape rope. We see a Crobat for 1. So obviously not the best draw for my opponent. So can we do 210 damage? If I fill up my bench... Oh, okay, they have the research. Alright. So hopefully they bench more stuff. I mean, realistically, I don't think I can fill up my bench though. And find a boss to knock out the Darkrai. So I would need them to fill up the bench. If, however, they end up not benching anything else, which they will right now. Yeah, I think here I just get the 2 prizes then. Off of the Crobats. I think that's just gonna be the plan right here. Take 2/2/2, that seems solid. Just grab another energy. More basic Pokemon on the bench, which is fantastic. EXP sure. Attachment and a pass, I would assume. So base 60, 80, 100, 120, 140, 160, 180, 200, 220. So if I managed to fill up my bench and find a boss's orders, I would actually be able to knock out that Darkrai. Now, is that possible though? I don't think it is. I do not think that is possible. So if I escape rope, I feel like my opponent doesn't have a great range of choices, if you will. So I'm gonna play the escape rope. Okay, promotes the Greninja. So I have the attachment. This could get me a basic. It's too many cards. I can't pull this off right here. That escape rope might be costly by just taking 1 prize card here, but we'll see. I think now I just continue to set up and just go ahead and research. Forget the Rita. Yeah, this is useless. I'd rather just get my basic Pokemon, my evolutions going, etc. So we'll do this. We'll grab the VSTAR, and then we'll level ball for a quick ball. Quick ball, discard Rita, bench down another VSTAR, and move on. So now I'm sort of regretting the escape rope. Maybe I should have just knocked out the Crobat this turn. Sort of regretting playing that escape rope now. I might have doomed myself a little bit with that. But we'll see. I mean, it does eliminate a consistent stream of energies plus the EXP sure, so it's not like it's not a bad KO by any means. This is not a great hand though. 2 drizzle draw is very awkward. So if I play the path to a peak, I stop that, so I think it's worth it. And we'll go subspace swell. I stop my own ability, that's true, but that's okay. And we take a prize card, which is a PALKIA VSTAR, not a bad thing at all. I have access to Melanie potentially. So can this person... Okay. What does this do? During your turn you may put up to 2 item cards from this card ball into your hand. Okay. So, I mean, we're clearly in a decent-ish spot. I lost my I don't have escape rope. So if I grab incense, and of the incense I grab quick ball plus Melanie, I can't just manually retreat. Instead of the training court, which gives my opponent access to their abilities. So that's what I'm gonna do here. So grab Shady Dealings. Well, I can just power up the active, never mind, I don't even need to like do anything fancy. And I'll grab the Melanie. So then I'll discard you, grab another basic Pokemon, another Sobble, given I have so many Drizzile. Grab 2 more energies so that I don't draw energies, I'd rather draw basic Pokemon and Choice Belt, potentially. Alright, very good. Alright, so how much damage am I actually dealing right here? 60, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 18, no, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22. If I had found a choice belt, that would have been so good, but it is what it is. I'll keep this scoop up net for now, I think. I'll just go subspace swell for 200. It's a solid amount. If I'd gotten choice belt, then I definitely would have played the echoing corn. And there we go. Yeah, path to a beak, too strong. Probably was relying on the V-Star ability to go quick ball, something else, and then go for another Crobat, I imagine. I don't know. Anyways, let's do one more game. Alrighty, lost the coin flip, so this time around we are going second, but once again we have a very good hand in order to do that, and we are immediately starting to see the Palkia counters. We see Raikou V immediately threatening my Palkia V, which is very scary. Raikou V is essentially Suicune, right? Same attack as Suicune. And it's pretty scary. Alright, so Arceus, Raikou, Raichu, and Fluffy. All out Palkia counter. Attaching to the Arceus surprisingly instead of the Raikou. I find that very peculiar. And honestly bad. But, I mean, that's as good as a turn 1 as you're gonna hope for, right? I mean, if my opponent doesn't KO my Palkia next turn, I'm completely okay with this. They didn't get an energy in the discard ball either, so that's really good. Alright, so is there any way I can like protect myself from what's about to happen? I don't think so. Okay, so I'm gonna go Irida. It's unfortunate that I have both of my Intellience right here. I think I just fill up my bench just like my opponent did theirs, right? Yeah, I don't see why not. And then I have the lovable to access a Drizzle and start going. So I'm gonna get rid of the Intellience, sadly. Both of them. I don't think they'll be super useful. Not at this stage, at least. Everything else is necessary in my hand, I believe. And so the energy goes to whom? The active? Sure. Then I can search for Path to the Peak. I probably wouldn't use. My opponent's gonna V-Star anyways, so I guess I'll grab Training Court. And here's to hoping, right? So, best case scenario is my opponent doesn't knock out my PALKIA V this turn. As long as that doesn't happen, we're completely okay. And the fact that there's no energies in the discard pile and already 3 Ultra Balls and 2 Quick Balls gone is really good. The Raikou is the most threatening Pokemon to me at the moment. Oh, Raichu also does 60 times. I don't know, like my opponent had just attached energy to the active, they basically have won the game already. They take a knockout on the Palkia, and then I KO them, but then they KO me, and then I KO them, and then they KO me, and that's the game. But hey, who am I to judge? I mean, I guess I do have the Radiant Greninja potentially to knock out like double Flaffy at some point, and then they only have 1 price card maybe. That's really odd. Discarding the double turbo, like if that's what you're planning, I don't know. Really weird choices by I Am Lord Waffle. Like overcomplicating the KO, that's for sure. Really overcomplicating it. Why wouldn't you attach the double turbo? I really don't know. But hey, who am I to judge? We're all learning with the new cards. We'll see how things go. Alright. There's the V-Star ability. Oof. That means they got a switch. So they did this the most overcomplicated possible way they could have done this. Yeah, so Flaffy, attach to the Raikou, attach energy for turn, switch, knockout Palkia. So I really don't know. Like that was the most awkwardly possible, worst way they could have accomplished that. That's how they went ahead and did it. But hey, like I said, who am I to judge right here? Gonna grab you. I don't think I can win this anymore. I need like a really good draw off of this research. I want to play down the training courts because that helps my opponents, maybe. Yeah, and then I have to use my ability here, which really sucks. Yeah, it's just so awkward all around. It's really awkward. It's really bad. I'm not winning this, just based on my opponent playing a complete counter to my deck. I also priced the Radiant Greninja as well. So yeah, there's no way. Like, there's no way they miss a KO at this point. There's no humanly possible way that they miss a KO at this point. Well, I think maybe there is, but it's not likely. It's not likely at all. Alright, I mean, I'll play it out, but obviously that dude's a little scary. Alright, so start portal, attach both of them to the active, and we will do however much we will end up doing, and then they have the two Raikus, and that's it. But it's frustrating that you can't punish bad plays, right? That's what's frustrating, to me at least. Alright, Xenia's Resolve as well to top things up. I guess they don't have the retreats. That is true. They don't have the retreats, and they've already wasted a Nerballoon, and they wasted a Twitch last turn because of their horrible approach to knocking out So there's a Fluffy power-up. There's a Choice Belt. It's... I mean, as long as I get Return KO, that's fine. Will they even get a knockout here? Yes, they will. Alright, so it's Roxanne, KO, and Hope. The right play would be to bench the Raichu and attach energy to it. That's exactly what they do. Even a Choice Belt. If they whiff energy attachment though, that could be huge. I feel like for being this sort of deck, they're definitely underdrawing energies. We've only seen 3 so far. Right. So they only discard 2 thanks to a Choice Belt from the active, which sort of makes sense. So yeah, it's just Hope. First I need my PALKIA VSTAR, of course, the last one, but hopefully we can find it off of this Radiant Greninja's ability, any Level Ball, any Ultra Ball, any Incense. There we go. Perfect. So we'll go ahead and discard you two, grabbing the VSTAR. Alright, maybe there's a chance. Maybe there is an actual chance. Thanks to Roxanne, who might be able to make this comeback. Here we go. Roxanne and Prey. A lot of games will come down to Roxanne and Prey. Otherwise it would have been Marnie and Prey, right? I have the boss. There's no way for me to like protect myself from an incoming Raichu attack. So if they have it, they have it. If not, they need a switching card. They actually just need energy. They needed energy for a turn. If they had promoted the Crobat. I guess they only need energy on the active as well. Wow. I started the 2-prizer. They get research off of that. Anyways, I mean, what are you gonna do against a direct counter, right? Can't punish bad plays. Nothing you can do about it. If I'd been able to conserve my V-Star ability and use Radiant Greninja to snipe both Flappies, maybe I could have done something, but I was just like, maybe I had attached the energy to the bench Palkia. Maybe that's what I should have done, right? Maybe that was my mistake, to maximize the odds of me winning this particular game. But anyways, thank you so much for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed this Palkia V-Star. It's not unbeatable. That lightning deck's not gonna beat much else, especially played that way, but that's what brand new cards tend to do. Yeah, people just really want to counter them as badly as possible. So anyways, thanks so much for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll catch you in the next Astral Radiance video. Don't forget to use tablemon code at Potent Store if you're looking to get Astral Radiance codes in order to get them directly in your email immediately.